Ah, book tags. The perfect blend of chaos, creativity, and self-reflection with a dash of, why did I agree to do this energy? But this one, it's special because today, December 20th, I am tackling a year-end book tag, and I'm not doing it alone. But first, a big shout out to Priscilla, the evening reader, for tagging me in this. She is one of the most thoughtful people in the Bookish community, and I appreciate her. If you're not following her, what are you even doing? And credit where credit's due. This tag was created by Ariel Bissett, so thanks to her for the clever prompts that have me reflecting on my reading year in all kinds of different ways. Reflecting or overthinking? Let's be honest, half the fun of these tags is watching people spiral into their TBR existential crises. Sure, let's go with that. Anyway, this tag is all about revisiting what I've read, what I want to finish, and what's ahead for 2025. And to make it even more interesting, I've decided to bring in some help. Future Nick, you're here from when? January 24th. Brace yourselves for reality. Nice sweater, by the way. Nice knitting. Oh, welcome. I'm Nick.
And I'm Nick.
This is Dr. Cranky Pants Reads. Is that really what my voice sounds like? So let's get started. Are there any books that you started this year that you need to finish? No, these aren't staying all unfinished. They're all getting wrapped up before the year ends. I'm committed. Here's the lineup. I've got Kate Atkinson's Death at the Sign of the Rook. I'm so close to finishing. I've also got Barbara Comyns' A Touch of Mistletoe and Stuart Gibbs' Charlie Thorne and the Last Equation. I'm about a quarter of the way through both. I've also got a syllabi prep book for next semester, and I'm 75% finished with it, and it's really the least exciting. Future Nick, how'd we do?
Well, mission is accomplished. Everything's done, even the syllabus book and prep, but calling it riveting academic reading might be a little bit of a stretch. Those last two chapters, oof, they were painful. But hey, it's done, it's off your plate. We should be happy.
Good. I don't want to carry any of this into the new year. How did Death at the Sign of the Rook end up?
Yeah, you did finish it, and it was worth every second. Atkinson delivered yet again, and Jackson Brodie is just kind of iconic. Honestly, the only regret here is that it ended, and that you've already planned to spend your December reading wrap-up gushing about it. Spoiler alert, future you is highly predictable. Kate Atkinson and Jackson Brodie don't miss. It'll leave you satisfied and wanting more.
What about A Touch of Mistletoe? That one, it's been sticking with me.
You'll have some complicated feelings about the ending. Barbara Comyns knows how to wrap up a story in a way that feels both thoughtful, but also messy at the same time.
And Charlie Thorne?
What's not to love about a snarky teenager saving the world?
Good to know. I feel like these were all solid picks for finishing the year.
They were. And you even managed to make the syllabi book somewhat tolerable. Well done, overachiever.
I mean, tolerable? I'll have you know it was riveting academic reading.
Sure, keep telling yourself that. Those last two chapters, I reiterate, they were painful. You nearly threw them out of the window on the bus. And now you're starting to get smug, so just stop.
Let's talk about autumnal reads, or in my case, spooky season reads, because that's as close as I get. And you know where this is going. Stephen Graham Jones's The Angel of Indian Lake was my piece de resistance this fall. The atmosphere, the pacing,
Nope, stop. You've already talked about The Angel of Indian Lake ad nauseum on this channel. We get it. You loved it.
I'm just saying, it was a masterpiece. Don't I get to celebrate that again?
You did celebrate it. multiple times. If people want more, they can check out your October What I Read video or the short you did for the top 24 of 2024 countdown.
Fine. But for the record, it was the highlight of my spooky season.
And it's officially on record for what, the third time? Now can we move on before this turns into yet another Stephen Graham Jones appreciation post?
Rude, but fair. Let's keep going. Now let's talk about new releases. And this one is non-negotiable. Kate Atkinson is one of my favorite authors, and Jackson Brodie is one of my all-time favorite characters. The fact that it's taken me this long to finish Death at the Sign of the Rook is, frankly, ridiculous. But this one is definitely getting finished. Right, future Nick?
Are you not listening to yourself? We've already answered this question. Yes, you finished it. Yes, you loved it. And yes, Jackson Brodie is still iconic. But now you're going to rehash it all in your December reading wrap-up. Like it's a brand new revelation. But they know our thoughts fine and well. Do we really need to hear ourselves talk this much? Maybe this is why we're single.
Ah, thank you. I needed that. But seriously, why did it take so long?
Oh, let me remind you, we were posting 2 shorts a day in December, plus working a full-time job. Have you even planned for our Notes to Self video in December? You were running purely on caffeine and vibes.
Truth. But at least we managed to carve out time for one of my favorite authors, Kate Atkinson, at the end of the year. She deserves it.
Agreed. And don't worry, it made up for the chaos. Nothing like a little Jackson Brodie to keep you sane.
Now let's talk about the 3 books I need to finish before the clock strikes midnight on December 31st. I've got a solid plan and I'm feeling cautiously optimistic. Here's the lineup. I need to finish A Touch of Mistletoe. I've really been savoring this one. I want to start and finish Empty Mentions because this one's been haunting my TBR for years. And Familiaris by David Wroblewski. I really want to finish this big holiday read. Future Nick, tell me that we crushed it.
Crushed it? Oh, absolutely. You finished all 3. A Touch of Mistletoe was reflective and a bit sad, if I'm being really honest. Empty Mansions was an interesting exploration of the Gilded Age, and to be honest, we're also a little fascinated with Huguette Clark. And Familiaris. Familiaris was an excellent time. Well, mostly excellent. You'll cover that in a vlog. And do me a favor and make sure the audio is ready to export. That's important.
See? I knew I could pull it off. How was Empty Mansions? That one's been with me for far too long.
I mean, totally worth it. The whole story is fascinating and kind of tragic. A nonfiction gem. Diving into the Clark fortune and the way Huguette spent her life was so fascinating.
And Familiaris?
Done. Though that has been a journey and didn't quite get completed before the year ends.
I love that for us. Maybe I should treat myself to some cookies as a reward.
Maybe? You baked cookies at least 4 times in December. I think you've already covered the reward category. Trust me, I'm feeling it.
I mean, fair point, but hey, cookies and books, it's a winning combination.
But seriously, make sure the audio is ready to export on the Familiaris vlog. Seriously, I don't even feel like you're listening to me. It's almost like we wrote this script with limited opportunities to improvise dialogue.
All right, let's talk about potential game changers. If any book could still blow me away this late in the year, it's Familiaris by David Wroblewski. The premise, incredible. The vibes, perfect for a holiday break. I have been saving this one for just the right moment. And if you're curious about how it goes down, stay tuned because the next video is a vlog of me reading this book. Future Nick, give us a sneak peek. Did it live up to the hype?
Oh, it more than delivered. I mean, the book is pretty phenomenal. And let's just say that it was complicated in its phenomenalness. The more I think about it, the more there is to unpack. It might not become our new favorite, but it's one that we're going to be talking about for a while. Full details are going to be in that vlog. Did I mention to export the audio? I knew it.
This is why I saved it for the holidays. Perfect timing, perfect vibes.
Exactly. And trust me, you'll want to talk about it a lot in the vlog. So prepare for viewers to flood the comments with their thoughts on this one.
Challenge accepted. Let's keep this energy going.
Oh, definitely. Speaking of surprises, I did have an unexpected favorite this year that came out of nowhere. Catherine Newman's Sandwich. It's delightful, funny, heartfelt, and one of those reads that you immediately want to share, which is why I grabbed extra copies, and one of them for you, dear viewers. It's about a middle-aged mother and wife named Rocky who is sandwiched between caring for her aging parents while also caring for her grown children, as well as caring for her partner, Nick. Set over the course of a week at their summer rental on Cape Cod, it's a hilarious and heart-pulling story of life, love, and family. Drop a comment below with your favorite sandwich by the end of the day on January 31st, 2025, and I'll pick a winner at random. The results coming in the booktuber name tag video on February 4th. I've got one copy to give away, and there's no strings attached. I just love a chance to share a great book.
All right, fair. Not everything can be a home run, but still worth reading though?
Exactly. And as for my favorite sandwich, grilled cheese. Always grilled cheese.
Got it. I'll manage expectations. Thanks for the heads up. I've already made a video outlining the books for my TBR that I want to read in 2025. The first book is The Evenings, and it feels like the perfect way to kick things off. Then there are my other big goals, starting with James Baldwin's No Name in the Street, diving into books about finances because it's time to get serious about understanding finances in middle age and middle-aged money. And of course, sticking to my monthly book commitment. So, future Nick, how are we doing? Did we hit the ground running, or are we limping into February?
I mean, we're off to a pretty strong start. The Evenings is in process, but it's really this delightfully quiet, brilliant book and exactly what you're hoping it would be. We should have it done by the monthly reading wrap-up next week, and the same with Baldwin's No Name in the Street. You've started it, and oh my gosh, his writing, there are so many pieces that I have written down that I want to think about later. It's ridiculous. So you're gonna have a lot to think about. And finances, we've cracked open a book, we've jotted down some ideas, we've redone our budget spreadsheet, and we're gonna have to talk about book budgets.
I knew it. Well, this was fun. It turns out I'm slightly more ambitious than realistic.
And I'm here to keep you grounded. But hey, at least you try. Speaking of which, we need to thank Evening Reader once more for taking us in this post.
Oh, absolutely. Evening Reader is seriously the nicest. Every time she tags me, I feel like I've won some kind of bookish lottery.
She is truly the nicest, the most generous, and flawless taste in books. Honestly, if we weren't already following her, I'd be offended.
Thank you again, Evening Reader, for making this possible and for being a genuinely wonderful human being.
Truly. Now, back to business.
Speaking
of big plans,
that's right,
our next
it's
video is going to drop.
Mute you. Let's mute you. Neither of these doofuses has any clue what's going on because this video, ooh, it's been a journey. It's been a journey. It's been a journey. For sure. So, in regards to programming, which they're currently talking about, none of that holds true anymore because this video has taken me so much longer to edit than I thought it would. Foreshadowing, there will be things to talk about in Notes to Self this month. On Thursday, I'm going to have my monthly reading wrap up. up on the channel. The following Tuesday, I'll continue the Booktuber name tag 2025 with part 2 of that series, and that should bring us up to speed, I hope. Okay, I think that is about everything. Now, I'm gonna let them get back to it. Let them get back to it. Okay, unmute, unmute.
Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you, and I hope life is good. I'll see you in the next one. But I appreciate you more. Bye!
But I appreciate you even more.
Bye.